Welcome back to Late Night of the Movies on the Late Night Chat Network, your first stop for pop culture talk. And this is Limitless, episode 67. All right. Yeah. I must admit, I can't explain any of these thoughts racing through my brain. It's true. Baby, I'm howling for you. All right. There's something wrong with this plot. The actors here have not got. All right. Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 67. And today we're going to be talking about the movie Limitless. Make sure to like and subscribe and check out all of our other movie content here on the channel in our playlist. I'm your host, Nico, and joining with me today, we got JT, Max, and Julie Mack in the house. We got a full house for you here today, and this is JT's pick for a movie pick this time around. So, Jay, why don't you take it away whenever you're ready there?
Hey, guys. So, how's everybody doing in the house tonight?
Yeah,
good. All right.
Ecstatic,
yeah, ecstatic. Yeah, that's the way I'm feeling about this movie right now. It's just, So I decided to pick the movie Limitless for no specific reason. Something that came to my head. I just wanted to do I feel like I wanted to do a Bradley Cooper movie, and then I remembered, he does one with there's drugs in it, and I figured, okay, let's try that one. Not that I'm promoting drugs, guys. Anybody out there? But something like this. I mean, I think any pharmaceutical company would be all over that shit. But yeah, I honestly picked it for the fun time. I forgot that I even had watching it. It was not for nothing special. I mean, I can't even remember. I think maybe even Nico might have brought it up somewhere down the line a long time ago. But I don't even know where this came from. Maybe it was I don't even know. It was just maybe a hangover phase after that sort of thing. We decided to put something different on. And, obviously it's got a Robert De Niro touch to it. They're acting in it. So I said, okay, we'll give it a go. And it took me for a ride. And I enjoyed it. I don't, like I said, I don't have too much crazy history with this movie. Just that it seems like it seemed like a fun movie to do and something interesting. I don't know if anybody else felt that way about this movie when they seen it. But to be honest with you, it was exciting, thrilling, and you just forget how crazy the mind is too. That's just something else that's kind of still stuck with me to this day about this movie. Actually, maybe stood out a little more this time, right? So I don't know if any of you guys have any background history with this movie. I know it was in 2011, so it's nothing like ancient.
Well, I was going to say, why don't we start off with Julie's thoughts, because this is her first time having watched this, I think, out of all of us. We've all seen this, I think, except for Julie, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
Yeah.
Nice.
So why don't you start us off there, Julie, about having watched this for the first time?
Yeah, it was my first watch. I was kind of rushing it, to be honest.
I'm not wrong by saying he's kind of hot too, Bradley Cooper. He's just, he plays a hot actor in this one too, right?
Yeah, he is. But does this make sense? He's like generic hot. Does that?
Yeah, but you know what? If somebody called me generic hot, that's good enough for me.
I would take it. Yeah.
I'd take it over whatever you call me.
Like, he's a good-looking dude. Whatever. It was my first watch. I kind of was rushing it, to be honest, because I had a long fucking weekend. I'm on day 12 right now, I think. Or no, day 10 of working straight, and I've had shit after work a bunch of days. So yeah, I completely forgot that we were doing this today, to be honest. So I watched it last night. I remembered the other stuff we're doing today, but yeah, I did not remember we had to watch the movie as well. And I also forgot which movie you had picked. I had to go back to the episode to catch the announcement to be like, fuck, I don't even remember what movie we're supposed to be watching. So I watched it last night while I was doing up notes for some other stuff. So it was kind of was on one screen while I had notes on the other screen, and
multitasking.
huh?
Multitasking. That's
I was
great.
multitasking.
It is.
I don't need no fucking clear ass pills to multitask. I'm good.
Yeah.
It's a familiar concept to me. Like it's the better version of another movie I'd seen.
I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah. I think we all know which one I mean, and I'll come back. I'll circle back to that later. But it is definitely a better made version of the same concept that I had seen before. But yeah, I liked it. I honestly, I'm gonna rewatch it and pay better attention and like really lock in and not multitask. But I did like it.
So this won't be your last watch.
No. I'm definitely gonna rewatch it because there is like, not to skip ahead too far, but there is like production stuff that I was really intrigued by, like post-production shit that they did that I was like trying to figure out. Like it had some really interesting visual effects stuff that they were doing and little nuances that I was picking up on that I was like, oh damn, like from an editing perspective I appreciate the shit out of that.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought you'd like that too out of this movie, just the visual, the filming and the visual effect and the slow motion and the certain visual mind fucks that it really has with your eyes. Right, I thought you would like that, and I didn't know if you would be as interested. Like I wanted to hear your opinions on that stuff too. So when you do get, just because of the way they filmed it just seems so far fetched. They like slowing time down and speeding time up, and this was before its time in that sense. When that, well, I mean, maybe not for the camera itself because that's when they were starting to get big with it, I think. But yeah, I feel like that was really dominant in this film, and it's something that stood out.
There's definitely some impressive techniques that they've used here, that one of which I cannot figure out what they've done, how to do it. Like I would have to really look into it. Like when I am watching the movie, I try not to, like I try to do an assessment on like how they might have filmed that before I like go too deep in like trying to get the answer to see if I can like sort of figure out while I'm watching. But there is one there that I'm like, my only I do have a
Well, get into it. What was it? Was it the zooming in, or was it the seeing themselves at the same time, like outside of themselves type?
No,
effect?
that's an easy enough one to do.
Right.
It was the zoom effect. It was the zoom effect, but everything was at regular speed. So there's two ways at which they could have done that. They had everybody and everything moving real fucking slow, and then they sped it up. Or they've stacked all these zoom shots together that were.
I thought it was that.
Speed.
That's what I thought they did.
Continuation, like that. It's a very like interestingly coordinated shot.
Right.
But I didn't look it up to see how it was done or anything. Oh, we got some wind.
It's really windy. We got outside conditions going on here.
Pause it.
Why?
It's like the weather report out there. Damn. Stacked zoom effect that they did was really like hard for me to figure out while I was watching it. It was interesting because I hadn't seen it before.
I know, I had made note of that as well. I think that's one of the most impressive kind of like things in the film. Like it's really cool to see that, and they did it at a couple of different points. Of this movie, right? Which
the most impressive one is that. Well, yeah, they did do it a couple of times, specifically from his perspective. That like one of the first times he takes it, I think, is like. There's this really long shot along a street where it's just zooming and zooming and zooming and zooming in it, but it's that everything is moving at one time speed, at like regular speed. So I don't know whether they've had everything coordinated that everyone moved really slow and they sped it up, like I said, or they just stacked a bunch of zoom shots on top of each other in continuation, which would be also incredibly hard to coordinate. I don't know. I have to like look it up, but I didn't have time to do anything.
I literally slowed my brain down like to a point where I was.
You do that?
Well,
does it get any slower?
If you smoke enough, I mean, you can slow your visual. That whole visual. I mean, it does impair you. It does. I'll be honest with you, regardless of what I say to all you guys, but it does. It does. So at the end of the day,
is there like a certain point at the end of the day where you can't even see anymore? I think you've talked about that.
It's called my eyes
well.
passing out.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
His eyelids don't open.
You do that and you watch this thing, and that's where you can see that stackedness. You can see at each point when it's split, like where they probably stacked something there, right? Where they got to a certain point with that visual effect, that zoom, and then they had to do it. Yeah, it was. I found it actually really exhilarating this time. Yeah, I knew, to be honest with you. But I mean, I know we're going like crazy, but I mean, we didn't even say it was. I didn't even give you a storyline like about this.
Yeah, get into the plot if you want.
Just a quick story, just the summary. The whole movie itself is just of one man focused on he's a writer that's got a little bit of a block in this, going through a writer's block, going through a little bit of a, crazed state, I guess, in a sense where he's, out of work and he's not doing much. But then, he gets this experimental drug from somebody, and we'll talk about more of that. But then everything from there, just using imagine using 100% of your brain instead of whatever we're limited to 20%, if that's the case, right?
Yeah,
just imagine that. So that's what it was really all about. But I mean, sorry, I didn't get into it before I
no, that's all right. You got there.
No, sorry. I'm a little excited.
Yeah, I don't really have much history with this really either, outside of like having watched it. I feel like maybe a couple years after it came out. I didn't watch this in theater, I don't believe, and I didn't see it probably right away either. This is probably something I caught on TV originally after the fact.
I think it was after Hangovers and stuff.
Well, Hangover was first, and then this, yeah. And
so I think that's what caught everybody's eye, probably. With
Bradley
Cooper.
But this is honestly, like, this is a very entertaining film that I think makes a lot of smart choices. Like, a lot of the smart choices that they make in this film elevates the material farther than I would have expected from a movie like this, if this makes sense. Because I feel like depending on how you approach this film, it could have been a lot worse than it was, if that makes any sense. Like, I feel like we've seen a lot of types of these like interesting concept type action thriller type movies, and they don't always deliver. I think Bradley Cooper's really good in this movie, and I just think it's really entertaining. Like, there's a lot of great scenes that even rewatching it this time around, I was looking forward to revisiting. So I just think they're hitting above their weight class in the sense that, like, you know what I mean? Like, I think this is a very entertaining movie. Like, it's, listen, it's
direction differently.
It's not like a 5-star movie, but it's very good. Like, it's enjoyable to watch. I've seen this a handful of times, and it's one of those things, if I catch on TV, I'll definitely check out a few scenes from it and, just be locked in, essentially. Like, especially when he starts taking the pill, because let's be honest, this would be great if this thing existed. Like, this is, I think, a really cool idea that, like, honestly, like, I would sign me up if that was the case.
Could you imagine using the whole it's hollow in there.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I dug it. How about you, Max?
Yeah. So, I saw this movie like back in high school. Actually, I think this movie came out in March 2011, if I'm not mistaken, but I saw it. I didn't even know about it when it first came out. Like, I never heard of this movie, but come to find out, it actually kind of was like a sleeper hit. It actually made good money at the box office, like much more than they probably thought they were going to make. But I saw this movie. So it comes out March 2011. I saw this movie around January 2012. So like before it even became like 1 year old, like I saw this movie. I was at a friend's house, I'd go over to my friend's house. We'd play like NBA 2K and shit. And like, you know what I mean? Like, and this motherfucker always used Michael Jordan. Shout out my boy Paul, bro. Like, that was my guy. And, which is not fair, but whatever. And, I'm over it. But, then,
clearly,
yeah.
Then, so we would.
Was this when he was with the Wizards?
No, sorry. NBA 2. So the thing is, I don't know if you want to get into this NBA 2K.
No, but because he wasn't even playing at this time.
No, this is 2011, 2012. Michael Jordan wouldn't sell his rights, his likeness, in a video game. And then he finally did in 2011.
So he was
NBA
a secret player.
2010. No, so it's like they finally had the Chicago Bulls Michael Jordans and shit in there for the first time.
So it was an older roster.
It was like my MJ in his prime.
Okay.
And he would always use this guy, and he would always, and whatever.
I was trying to figure out, like, so, that's a cheat code, honestly.
Yeah, obviously, but whatever. I still love Paul. Shout out to him. I still love him. So, but then, like, I'd come over. I think came over to his house one time on a Friday or whatever, and we'd play. And then he'd be like, "Yo, Max, you want to see a movie or whatever?" I'm like, "Fuck it, let's go." And then he puts on Limitless. He had like the PC in his room, and it was connected to the TV, so he could just. He was also a fellow pirate, if you know what I mean, and like he sails the high seas.
Yeah, I was going to say sailing the seven seas.
Sailing the seven seas, we know if you know,
Yeah.
He had his whole files and shit list. He's like, "Yo, we're gonna play this movie, Limitless." I was like, I've never even heard of this shit. plays the movie. Boom, Bradley Cooper's in that motherfucker, and we're like, yo, okay, let me see. And then the thing is, when I first saw The Hangover, like 2 years before this, I saw that one in theaters. I know like Zach Galifianakis was like the show,
yeah,
but I feel like Bradley was like the cool guy, I think everyone kind of instinctively knew that this guy was gonna like become something.
Yeah,
I think I had
Andy
that
from
feeling.
The Office was Andy from The Office at that time.
Yeah, and like Zach Galifianakis was like the funniest character that everything this guy said, everyone was laughing at. But Bradley had like that, I don't know, like that Paul Newman kind of quality. He's just movie star quality.
Ed Helms, that's the other guy's name. Yeah.
And but I know Bradley actually started like doing comedies. I think the first thing he ever did was Wedding Crashers, where he plays that asshole.
Yeah,
he played a lot of schmucks. He played in a lot of like dickish characters.
Movie,
yeah, he also played in. He was in Yes Man. If
Yes
I'm not
Man.
mistaken.
He was great in that too. So he was kind of
he was in like a bunch of bit parts, like the best friend in a bunch of things.
Exactly. So he was always like, you always saw him
and like dickheads.
But he was never the starring actor. He was always that cool
side guy. But I think Hangover was like his breakout.
Yeah.
I'd say Hangover was like his breakout
for sure.
And then Limitless to me is like the movie that proved that he was like a legit movie star, that he could stand on his own.
And there's other ones that just blew him out of that
2 feet. And then I think a little later, I think with what was it? Silver Linings Playbook. I think that was like
in that movie.
I think that was great. Like, okay, this guy is legit. He's
yes.
like a legit actor, and he could get nominated for Oscars and shit, whatever.
And then doesn't he do it?
Yeah, no. Now he's like, bro, he's at the top of the list. He's A-list
with Lady Gaga, right? In the
Star is Born, and he's directing his own shit.
He was also in that
now.
Maestro movie he made. Yeah.
And he did everything in that movie. He wrote the script, he acted in it, directed it, all this shit. So he's like a true like. He's in this shit now.
Maybe underrated, yeah.
He'll probably direct all his movies now going forward. So but yeah, Limitless. It's like, and you know, I think I know, me and Julie are talking about the same movie. That one came out a couple years later. So this was the first movie that like introduced that whole concept of you're only using 20% of your brain, which I think has been debunked. I don't think that's a real thing, but this movie
it's a thing. It's not.
You're always using 100% of your brain. It's just
100% of what you can access.
It's just all devoted to different tasks or whatever. But whatever. That's none of us are neuroscientists here or whatever, right? So fuck that. But anyways, but it's a great concept, and it was executed very, very well. And Bradley Cooper is phenomenal, and I appreciate like Julie, like actually like a photographer in this, you know, can actually like break that shit down. That's pretty cool. Because that's also I like that. I like this sort of techno thriller kind of vibe that this movie has, where it goes all into this shit, like crazy visuals and shit. And then Robert De Niro, who this is one of my favorite like late career De Niro performances. I think it's super underrated.
Perfect for him.
I think he killed this shit. I think
he was on cruise control in this movie.
Really? I
just go with the
here's
flow.
The thing. No, here's the thing. I'm not
Niro.
saying it as a bad thing.
No.
Even 50% De Niro is better than most actors.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying.
Like,
but let's be honest, it seems like he's on cruise control in this.
I don't agree with that.
He just needs to show up. He just needs to show up.
That's what he's doing in this movie.
I disagree.
Throw a few lines out there, bro. He was just classic.
I mean, the thing is with De Niro is like so many of his movies, like he kind of did the opposite of what Bradley Cooper did. Like Bradley
underplayed it.
No, like, you know, Bradley started out with the comedies and then moved into the serious shit. Robert De Niro started doing the serious shit, and then he like became known for just being in like comedies and stuff. And I think a lot of people were like criticizing him for that. So it was interesting.
He was in that.
So it was just interesting to see that he was like in serious shit now. You know what I mean? And like, you know, and like he played a serious role. He played like kind of the villain, and I think he fucking killed that shit. So.
Oh, he played. Yeah, well, I guess
if you could call him
a villain, but I mean, yeah, he actually
he was a protect.
He was smart just on his own.
He was the antagonist in this movie for. Well, he was one of them, the gangster more so.
Yeah.
He literally,
So
you're in the seat at the table, like he said there.
Yeah.
You know, when they're at the stock market in the movie, right? And he earned the seat at the table. He didn't just what the fuck was the quote?
That's interesting. I mean, I like him in this movie, and I'm glad he's in this movie because it's De Niro. But like at the same time, I would disagree with you guys in that sense.
I think he made it a
I think
movie.
This is
he didn't have to say
of course.
Much.
This is what I'm saying. The inclusion of him does not hurt the film. I think he's good. I just think this is like, I wouldn't list this anywhere near like, you know, like
his
you
top
know.
performance.
I don't know.
No.
I don't mean like this is like his top 10, but I'm saying of his late career. Compare his late career movies,
It's okay.
like Little Fockers and shit. Like, who gives a fuck about that movie?
I mean,
That's a good point.
Like, you know what I mean? Of his late
He's not
career
putting
shit,
a-
like 2000 onwards. Or whatever.
Irishman's probably the best, I would say.
But this
at
is
that
like
point.
years before Irishman.
No, I'm just
came
saying
out.
if we're talking about the last
Oh,
20 years,
20 years?
that's probably.
Yeah, I'd have to look at that. But yeah, Irishman is a good contender for sure.
He's not on. I mean, he doesn't have the
There's like-
airtime that Bradley Cooper has in this movie and stuff like that. He doesn't need it. I mean, it really is just a supporting actor in this one,
Yeah.
and they just got him. It's something that they would do as a later career actor. You know, you would get Anthony Hopkins and stuff. So Sir Anthony Hopkins, sorry. You would get
Don't
him
forget
just
the
in
Sir.
stuff sitting around, right?
Get the
Literally
Sir.
just sitting around. And
I
just
actually
to
like
put his
that
name
movie
there.
that Anne Hathaway with him.
The
when he's-
Intern? I love that
yeah,
shit. Oh, I love
I
it.
like that one. That's a good late
Yeah.
De Niro, in my opinion. But
That's
anyways,
a-
now
that's
we're
a
just
good one,
talking
too.
about De Niro. But why don't you get into your likes then for the film here?
So, you know, I mean, we're gonna get into the likes about everything. I mean, I liked everything. I mean,
yeah,
but-
likes, dislikes.
Yeah, I liked maybe everything about this movie, the storyline, the thrill of the scenery itself, just the visual effect on me was so stimulating in itself, and just realizing that listening to the dialogue too in the background helped. It just made the movie that much better. It's like I was watching something as it was, and it's being explained to me, obviously. So it's like I'm getting the book with the storyline in the background. You know, it's like a double whammy for me. It's like, you know, I can visually and you know, mentally absorb this stuff in that sense. If that makes any sense to anybody out there, but yeah, I can visually see it with my eyes and see the acting play out and see where he's going with this. You know, and then honestly, hearing it as he's telling the story and how he's kind of explaining what's going on with him as a, you know,
That's one of my likes. I think that sometimes like the narration in films isn't good. It's done well in this movie.
Very
I
well.
actually like how he narrates this movie. It makes it very, but it doesn't always work for me depending on
No.
the movie. But this worked really well.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
it played and it's so seamlessly, right? Like, so like every scene had played out to what it was going on. And
Yeah, I
in
made
the
a note
actual
about that
visual
specifically. I was just like, he's really good in the narration of this film. I
Yeah.
thought, yeah.
so I mean, even if they didn't like his actual acting, he was literally on there as the narrator as well, right? So I mean, he's basically telling the whole story. So well, you're watching it at the same time. So for me, that's just, for my mind, that's just like a double shot of like espresso. You know what I mean? Instead of that one espresso.
Double
It's
shot of
beautiful. No, it's
NC-17.
beautiful.
It's more like 1,000
No, but it
milligram
helps me stay
edible.
focused. It helps me stay focused. No, well, I don't know, man. I we'll see. We'll see about that one. We're going on a road trip.
You have some
later. Don't
history
worry.
of that.
We're going on a road trip soon. Don't you worry, buddy.
Yes.
Right before we get where to get there. So but yeah, honestly, that was just an emotional, like a visual roller coaster for me. My mind was just getting. I love it for that in that sense, and I was hoping that with Julie's, you know, knowledge of filmmaking and stuff like that, in a sense, right? In that sort of, she's very, not filmmaking, but the visual effect of it, and the camera and the photography. I was hoping that this would bring you some sort of joy. Not only that it was Bradley Cooper, because he's very, very cute in this. I will admit that, and I will admit that holding
Yeah.
a mic
So-
and a coffee.
It's those blue eyes.
It's those fucking blue eyes. They really, when he fucking, you know, oh man, it was a mouth watering. Literally, I drooled. I think, a little bit on myself. It
Calm
was.
down over there.
Yeah,
He's just
you
a
know.
cool
I
guy.
think-
That's
I
what
think-
I like about him.
No, you know what? Because honestly, he's just, yeah, he's your everyday cool dude. I don't know how he just doesn't win
Cool.
like a man of the
Seems
year.
genuine too.
Yeah,
That's
and
what I
this,
about
like, he
Brad.
looks like a man of the year right there. Look at him. He's a stud.
the hand of the year.
You know, he's a purebred. You know, that's what they
You
call
wanna fuck him?
purebred.
He's
He's a purebred. That's what they call him.
Thoroughbred.
Yeah, whatever.
Thorough.
He was born in the farms. He knows what he's doing. So I was gonna talk into the coffee, but yeah. So this, the dislikes I don't like about this movie. I mean, the side effects that the drugs have on you, those are dislikes for me. But no, the dislikes in this movie, I don't know if I really have any, to be honest with you.
I
In my
have a
head.
couple.
I might have, like, that it might have took a little longer than I wanted it to be. it didn't need to be an hour and 45 minutes.
Oh no, I think
That's
that's a good
not a
length.
long-
That's a good
It's
length
good.
for this movie.
It's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. We've talked
But I
about that a
mean,
lot on the show. That was good length, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, and
That's what she said.
no, so yeah, Nico's just got me going now. Yeah, so dislikes, I mean, really for me it was did the stimulating I need to do. I don't think I need much more to say about that. So
You gonna pass it along then?
I'm gonna pass the mic over.
Pass
to
the
Nico.
Dutchie?
Yeah, I'm gonna pass it to the right hand side, and we're gonna let Nico hear from you.
I like the ending of this film. Excellent ending. It's so great that he actually continued to use the drug at the end of this movie, because, like, let's be honest, there's so many of these movies where like the Scorsese effect, where it's the rise and fall, and like you see him taking the drugs, you see that he's going through withdrawals. And then at a certain point, you're like, I don't know if this guy's going to bounce back from this, even though he's like our main, the main dude in the film. And while maybe I didn't feel too strongly about that, usually in this scenario, I would have expected him to be like, I can do well without the drug. And he kind of does that at the end, towards the end as well. And I don't know if you guys caught that. It's very subtle, but there's a question when we get to questions where it's just like, when did he stop using the drug, really? Right? Because after that whole thing with the skate incident with his girlfriend and all that, I don't know if you guys noticed, I don't think he's using the drug that whole time, because that's why he struggles to get it out of that tin when that dude comes to kill him at the end, right? I think he's not using it, and then at the end he's using it again when he's being able to speak all these languages, right? That was the whole way it ended, where his girlfriend just looks at him and he just smiles. He's like, yeah, I don't know, I'm using it again. It's like, you know what I mean, right? So like, I like that ending. It's a great ending. I don't know.
Doesn't he explain that he's still on it at the end?
No, but he's not.
He modified the drug, right?
Yes, he doesn't even need to. That's what he says to De Niro. But was he bullshitting him, or was he? We don't know, right? Right. So like, but like at the end, I guess that's the reveal, though, is when he knows the language, and it's just like. Because that's the other interesting thing about this too. Even though you're smart while you're on it, you don't necessarily retain it. Yes, that's kind of even the more interesting part about it.
I can answer that question, I think.
Go ahead.
Probably for you right now, but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, he found that it getting absorbed differently in the blood. Remember that?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if when he had the stash, if that's what they turned into, because he had also the lab guy, and he also
when he said to De Niro, though, when he threatened him at the end. He said basically that he doesn't even need to take it anymore. He's basically changed the compound or whatever the fuck happened. Like, he basically changed it so he can just take it and it like stays in his bloodstream for long periods of time. Like you said, instead of like it getting quicker, like the guy was injecting it into himself, the bad guy. It wasn't like that. It was like something where like he didn't have to take it constantly and
well, I guess they do leave a little bit open-ended stuff.
Yeah, but that's what I like the ending, the way it ended, and the fact that he's on the drug still, essentially. Like, I like that part of it. So many other movies don't do that, and I also like.
He talks like a third party too, because he's looking at the camera when he's talking, right? So
right.
That's kind of.
I thought it was a great cold open, like, you know how like so many movies do the cold open, and then they're like, oh yeah, look at the situation I'm in, and then it goes back to it at the end. Yeah. I thought that was really well done in this, leading up to the ending. And great pacing and narration, as I mentioned. Great pacing throughout. I thought it like the movie moves at a fast clip. Like, I think it's actually
it's fast and slow.
Yeah,
and fast and slow. It really does mind fuck.
It's great pacing. Dislikes, though, again, like I said, I don't dislike De Niro in this. I think he was on cruise control a bit. But I also think without him, this movie would be worse. I think it's great that he's in this movie. So that's not really a dislike, actually.
You just want to make sure that
I want to clarify that. Honestly, the gangster subplot, I think it's kind of ridiculous that this guy let that whole gangster shit happen. I think that's a little kind of like, I like that there's an antagonist. Like,
I can understand.
You got to have one, though, but why would this guy go and borrow that money to get, like, I get he needed some money to get his shit started, but then forget about it, like being so absent-minded with everything going on and being like through, his withdrawals and everything, that he lets this gangster get into the palm, gets into the palm of this gangster's hand.
It take a while to pay him back.
That's what I mean. No, but why? That's what I mean. It's kind of silly, that little. I think
they wanted to show like what would happen if like a bad guy was on this pill too. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
and also there's the whole idea that this is jumping ahead to quotes, but it's said earlier on from his friend in this movie. It works better if you're already smart. That guy was not smart, and that was why like that guy failed like at the end. But he had street smarts, which is
Well,
why
that's
he had
the
an
thing,
upper
yeah,
hand
he
on
had to
him,
know how to
right? In that sense.
make it last, and he was
Right.
making it, you know,
So anyways, I just think that he would have never got himself into that position. I feel like if he was actually smart while on this bill, I just think it's kind of stupid. If you really kind of focus on that gangster plot, it's just like I enjoyed it. I think he was fun in the movie. I just think that like realistically, that guy would not be put in that position like he was against that guy. It could have been easily avoided.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say about that. Right?
Yeah, he could have went to Money Mart.
Exactly. And the whole thing where he drops the drugs and these guys like, oh, what is that? I don't know. It's just like, really? Like,
Well, he did get that advance too, right, for his book.
but why let it go that far? Like, he was
Yeah.
getting too cocky. He's just like, I'm just not going to pay this gangster back. Why, dude? Like, you're making millions of dollars.
The pride before the fall, you know?
Right.
And
So-
otherwise, there would be no story if he didn't do some shit like that.
But he's not really exactly. It's
You know what I mean?
needed, but it's
Yeah.
kind of lazy at the same time.
Yeah,
like
no,
it's
I
just
see what
like
you're saying.
yeah. Anyways, but I don't know. Julie, Max, one of you guys. That's my likes dislikes though.
Do you want to go, Julie? Or? Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I like this movie. I like this movie a lot. This is like one of those, like, I would say, like a moderate classic, like, you know, like a in the background type of classic. And no, this is like one of those movies where it's like I always it never fails to put me in a good mood. It's just like it's almost like
Well, you don't mind watching it, and you don't mind not watching it, right?
yeah, like, you know, even though I saw this back in 2012,
It's an easy watch.
It's a very easy
Yeah.
watch. And even though I saw it back in 2012, throughout the years, I've seen it. I've shown my sister this movie. I showed some of my other friends this movie. Like, and at the end of every time we saw it, it's like, yeah, it's a good movie. Like, it's very, very crisp, and I like the runtime. I think it's a good runtime. Bradley, I love as the main character. I think he is just really good in this. De Niro, I like as the sidekick or whatever the fuck, like the big side character or whatever. The cinematography, the vibes. I like they show off the New York City, but the kind of like the high end, like, techno kind of fancy sort of New York, and it's really good. I like the vibes of the sci-fi-ishness of it and all that. And yeah, the narration, right? Bradley is very confident with it, so it comes across good.
Don't forget, like, you know, this was before I think Francis Ford Coppola might have stole something from this movie. Standing on the edge of
Megalopolis?
Yeah, man.
Why the freezing
standing
technique
on top of the fucking building?
See,
too,
but we've talked about this.
Adam Driver did
is that
that,
even actually
you know?
happening in that movie? Apparently, it could be,
It was like in his mind.
yeah, it maybe wasn't actually happening in that
Only
movie. Where in this movie,
Well,
it actually is happening, right? Like,
You know, that's the whole taking the whole thing and
let's
turning
not
it
get into a
around.
Megalopolis conversation.
But I'm like a sucker for those types of, like, you know, taking place in a big city and then like at night, and the music is really like, I like these types of vibes in a movie, but it's like stylish like that. So yeah, I like a lot. There's not too much I dislike about it, really, but I think it's so funny. I think maybe like the core message of it, like, hey, let's take some drugs and abuse the shit out of them, and everything will turn out fine. I guess that, but I guess to balance that out, they do show the negative effects. Like this drug does have like deep negative effects when he goes into these like blackouts and he doesn't know where the fuck he is and shit like that.
But that's what's so fun about the fact that they show you that, but then he's like, I'm smarter than that, so I'm going to figure out a way to use it.
I like that this movie had a good end, like an ending where he ends up on top of it.
Reading this living room.
Hurricane! It's a hurricane coming in.
You guys look like you're in an earthquake right now.
We are. It's pretty
like,
crazy out here. We out you.
We out shit. We outside. We outside for
We
real.
literally outside.
We're literally outside.
We ain't no walls.
You guys are gonna miss these recordings in a couple of weeks.
Live from Pacific Island. So.
We'll be back in that hot room. Jay will be back at his house.
Sitting on the fucking
Why is there a breeze inside your living room? That's what I don't get.
Jay literally was like vibrating.
My head disappeared for a split second too. Sorry, guys. It was like
he lost his head.
but it was like Limitless. It was that quick. That's
you should have somehow walked in the background and started playing the piano.
It was like an out of body experience.
Yeah.
I could see
The
myself.
drug's just kicking in now.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
But yeah, that's about it, I guess. Yeah.
So I mean,
I guess Julie.
We can get into Julie, of
Julie
course,
Julie
likes
hasn't got her
dislikes.
likes.
all of my stuff is like nerd stuff, but like I kind of touched on it already. Like the editing and effect style was like really interesting to me, just from a like a critical perspective of like trying to figure out how it was done. So yeah, obviously that stacked zoom effect, that was cool because I'd never really seen that before. They also did a shot which I've seen in like YouTube shit. It's not typical of filmmaking. It's more common of like I don't, like skateboard videos and shit. When the girlfriend takes the drug, they used a 360 camera and pulled the perspective way back so it looked like she had 360-degree vision. Which it was like an odd choice, but it kind of worked. So like I haven't seen that really used in like filmmaking in a serious way. So that was interesting. Another little nuance that I noticed was like every time he was like jonesing and coming off the drug and going into like withdrawal, they would pull the saturation out of the shot and it would go grayscale.
Yeah.
And then when he took the drug, they would pump. It would be like HDR. They would pump the saturation.
Yeah.
Or like when he like there was all these like times when he was going off the rails, like they made his face really puffy all of a sudden. Like it was like looked like it was like it was like it looked like after you puked. Like you know what I mean? Like if sometimes when you puke, your face can get like that. Like if you get sick, well, from drinking, I guess I only really know about this. I'm revealing way too much now. You know when you go on a bender.
Getting too real. But no, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, but like his face like looked all like swollen,
like kind of bloated.
Yeah. There's a couple times where like, you know, when he was going through the major withdrawals of the drug, where I thought like they actually made him look like really fucking wrecked.
Pretty hurting. Yeah. Yeah, they just had a lot of like stylistic choices that I was like, damn, like this is a great use of this particular visual editing. Like illustrates it really well, but like especially the saturation pull and push like is a really subtle way. I mean, it's a stark difference. Like you can notice when he's on it because all of a sudden all of the colors are really intense and it's like the clarity is pumped way up. It's like a little bit harder to notice when they're pulling the saturation and it's starting to look like grayscale or like it's got a blue filter over top of it. And then that other shot he brought up earlier, where the girlfriend Lindy, what the fuck is her name? Lindy, yeah. She when she takes that drug for the first time, there is that 360 shot, but right preceding that shot, there is a double exposure of her looking at herself, and that's kind of a neat thing too. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's all like nerd shit. A thing that I didn't. This is something I'm just like taking notice of this sort of now, but like something that I do normally pick up on that I didn't in this one. I didn't feel too strongly like the music shit stuck out to me that much.
You don't like that Black Keys?
I do like that song, but I don't even remember that it was in the movie.
Oh, really?
It's kind of when he's like, he first takes it and he starts doing all that shit, like the crazy montage of him cleaning up and everybody. Okay. But it's like when it fully takes, maybe not even the cleaning up, but it's like right after when he's like, this is great. Like he's going to the club and he's like hooking up with people and he's speaking languages and he's like, it's like the montage when he's like, this is fantastic. Like that's. But
usually, like even I pay more attention to like the scoring of the movie, whereas like I can't recall any of it. But that's just it more speaks to that the narrative is carrying and not relying on the musical cues. So that's not necessarily a big deal. I also, like this could entirely be to blame on that I was multitasking while I was doing this and not paying attention.
I think you're right too in that sense. I don't think it did have the musical effect because everything was filled with something. If there's might have been a little piece in between here and there that had a part of a song. There's like, I mean, if you look at what played on this soundtrack, there was nothing crazy. Maybe some noise in the background.
I'm not mad at that. I don't think the music is a standout. Just of this film. It complements it well. I think it's one of those things where if it's done right, you don't really notice it as a standout.
It's not like a gripe that I have. It was just something I took notice of, which is the thing that I usually comment on when we watch a movie.
No, fair.
But the other thing.
Like Trent Reznor Jr. kind of vibes, like the soundtrack. Like
I wouldn't go that far.
In certain like scenes, like certain montages, like when they're doing the whole just like the you know, like the minimalist sort of soundtrack to it. Like,
I love that.
That actually kind of makes sense for one of the pairings that I picked. Now that you say that,
yeah,
that subliminally, I
think we
understand what you're saying.
Have the same pick, actually.
Because I have a movie in there that I couldn't really explain why I thought it felt similar, because it's not.
I
really.
know. I think I know.
So-
I think I know
Yeah, we
what
probably get the same idea.
So
but
it's funny that you say that, because I also just went on vibes on this one too, in terms of like the
It's
film,
totally what I
like
love about
for
it.
the movie pairings. Yeah,
Yeah.
like my pairings are going to seem like really strange, because I really just latched on to certain themes of this film and picked other movies to
I
complement
did too.
that. So it wasn't like, here's another interesting thriller action movie. It was more just like, hey, this happens in the movie, so it reminded me of this movie, right? It's kind of strange. Yeah.
A huge chunk of mine, like I would say half of them are very thematic related to the
Okay.
movie.
So yeah,
But
wait till movie
A
pairings.
couple
to
of
get to
them,
that.
I was just like the vibe, something like it was almost unexplainable. It was just like a
It's
thing
like
that
a
popped
vibe
into my
movie.
head.
That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
But I guess, yeah, another comment I would have is sort of tag on to, I think, what Nico was saying, or no, what Max was saying, is that it's like a tight hour-and-a-half movie, and it is one of those movies that's jam-packed so much that it doesn't feel like it needs more, and it feels like a lot packed into the hour and a half. So it is in that like sweet spot of like
It's about an hour and 45, I would say.
It's perfect. Perfect.
it's paced really well to feel like it's longer.
Yeah.
But it isn't taking up
Yeah.
the length of time that like a story like this typically would have,
Yeah,
right? Like it's
exactly.
cut half hour short of what you would expect.
I know
yeah.
we've been on a run of hour and a half to hour 45-minute movies lately, and I'm
Yeah.
loving it. I'm like, this is like, because it's a lost art. I feel like,
It's
honestly.
hard.
100%.
It's like watching two television shows. For me,
It's
it's perfect.
It's very tempting to do the 3-hour thing, but you gotta respect the people who have like restraint and
Yeah,
pull it
Yeah.
back. You know.
yeah.
We're not watching. No, never mind. I'm not going to it.
But let's if that's it with Julie for what you liked,
Yeah.
dislikes. Jay, why don't you start off with some of your favorite scenes and quotes from this one? Then?
Well, right off the bat, right off the rolling start, I love that. Just standing on the
Yeah.
edge of the building, giving his monologue that he has. If I had to write down
The cold
quotes,
open, yeah.
well, the whole quotes and for everything, I picked out
Kind
some
of
little
points.
things, right? But if I had to write out the whole monologue for what he was saying, and thinking that he had a four, what do you say, 3-digit IQ or
Four-digit IQ.
Yeah.
He
Four
said 4 digits.
Which is
4-digit,
insane.
which would be insane, yeah, because
Yeah.
I think only three.
I think like 180 or
Yeah,
genius level.
yeah,
So
exactly.
4 digits
So-
is like the hell.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's like Einstein
Yeah.
levels. You go past that. Yeah.
I mean, you fuck, bro. You're anywhere near
It's
1,000.
10
I think there's like
you're anywhere near 1,000.
you're like
a
low
robot.
twos is like the highest, I think, right? Isn't
Yeah,
it? Like
it's really
it's like
low,
two.
yeah.
No, I think it does, but I think it's like
Doesn't
very
get-
small percentile. I
Yeah.
think, if I'm not mistaken, right? So I might be wrong on that, but
Yeah,
I
everybody-
think it
everybody's
exists on
average is
record, I
something,
think.
Whatever, but who knows? That whole scene where he plays that out, and then they take you back quickly through the wind up, and that opening scene where it shows him walking down and looking kind of scraggly, kind of looking like Max over here. I know Max is like a genius writer, and he's just having a little bit of writer's block right now. So that's why I kind of
Writing my
also
great-
picked this movie, because it kind of reminded me of him. In that
Writing my next great novel.
in the gray blue. What did we say that light was, Julie? Blue
Like the
filter.
blue filter? Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be a blue filter. It could just be them pulling saturation in post.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
totally sure which, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, so that part there, and then getting into his whole story about with him and his ex and that, and then that whole lead up, that intro right up to almost where the brother-in-law is. It's basically the whole first scene, right, where he breaks up with the ex. She gives him the keys back. Of course, this guy's on a writer's block, and he can't write a book. So I mean, that's literally in that first monologue section there, right?
Yeah, it looks like 200 is like the max that you can go for IQ. They don't even rate it on the scale higher than that, so it is like 200 is the highest that you can go.
There's nothing. So that makes like a 20%.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That.
So, but yeah, no, they, right up to that part. I mean, I had a few. I mean, I can go off by the whole movie on scenes. Man, each scene played out perfectly for me, I think, in that sense. But that was one of the opening scene, the dialogue. It just gave me that, like I told you, Megalopolis vibe, and it it wouldn't never gave it to me, obviously, in 2011 if I ever watched it that year and in that year. But yeah, it gave me that sort of vibe. So it kind of got me hooked and focused right away again. So I was like, okay, I'm in for a ride. I remember this movie now, right? And then, yeah, so
They don't really make
we all,
movies like
I
this
think we all
anymore,
get that where we're that first scene where we're all kind of feeling somewhat down at one point, and then you get some sort of drug into you, or some not even drug, not necessarily to say, but even just some sort of uppity spirit. Like Max gets over here and give him. See, look at that. Hey, he's so cheery today. We love him. But yeah, but that whole feeling of feeling down and losing that, and then how the fuck am I gonna get over this sort of shit? That scene played out really nice with me, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah. So, did you mention with that whole? It was just basically the intro. You're saying that you liked, like the way.
Yeah, how it played out. It plays out like with him standing on the edge of the building, right?
I liked the first time that the drug kicked in after like he's talking to his neighbor, the wife of the landlord, and he ends up banging her. Like I like that whole scene, like how he's
how
he sees the textbook
up the stairs.
Yeah, exactly. How it's depicted. That's the coolest part about this movie is how they show the drug depicted the first time that they take the drug, and then like he sees himself walking up the stairs. He's like outside of himself at the same time, and then he starts seeing the textbook, and he's remembering like seeing the textbook from like 12 years ago in like college or something. He's saying, and he's able to like think of all this random shit, like basically bullshit his way through, basically to kind of get her to kind of like he does like a Sherlock Holmes on her, where he like deducts all this shit by like seeing stuff that she has on her, and like is basically gets into her pants that way. He's like, yeah, and then I knocked out her paper as well. But then the most satisfying part about that scene, back and he organizes his apartment. I was like, bro, I wish I could take that and just organize my life. Like I would just anything, because I like doing that shit. Like I'll organize my bookshelf or my like movies or whatever. Like, bro, it just looks so satisfying. This guy turned his shithole into like some sort, yeah, he basically made it hospitable all of a sudden.
But you
right?
have a shithole.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like,
do that to your car.
My fuck. That's it. You're walking home now, okay?
So someone had to say it.
So like that whole scene was a lot of fun.
He got you there.
I never have a hard time like watching that scene because it's just it's fun, and it also makes me like wish that that I could get a hold of this thing, because if I could do that and knock out like cleaning or organizing my life,
if I could just exactly straight up, man.
I definitely would. I would just do it one time, like even for that, right?
But then you could see why he wants to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like really, at the end of the day, he gets lucky. So, I want to pass some stuff around because I got scenes coming up my ass.
How about you, Julie? We'll all just do one and then pass it around.
I kind of only had 2 written down anyway, but like to pick out one particular another like shot that I was like, oh damn, like that was a good use of that effect. Also, when he first takes the drug and they show the really quick fire X-ray shot of him swallowing it.
Oh yeah.
And it literally shows you the path the way down, and then how it shows through the neurons in the brain, how it just goes right up into your fucking head, and everything just starts firing off like a fucking explosion.
Yeah, I like that.
Wow. That's all I kept thinking about watching this whole movie was if I had a drug like that, what I would do. I mean, I would do the exact same thing he did, but all good things couldn't come to it.
Maybe you'd be the gangster one.
No, but I mean, no, I would.
How he took the pill, he just like.
Yeah, what the fuck, yeah.
Hey, he already had hair, so maybe actually would make you grow hair back. I don't know. Who knows? We don't know that yet. So
some Eastern European shit is pretty well, yeah.
I take drugs to liquid.
No, but I mean, like,
go straight to the brain.
Okay, so what would you like, Max? What do you like about this? I mean, what's your
so happy you asked. Oh my god. Scene. Ooh,
come on, I know you have scenes.
I got a lot of quotes, but scenes, I just like all of them. You know what I mean? Like I like all of them. I agree with Nico. Like that first scene when he takes that drug, because it really shows like very well how the drug is like a superpower, and like he remembers that particular memory and stuff. So I like that scene too. And then just the whole, because the next next half hour of the movie is just him leveling up with that drug. So it's just like topping each other when he meets these people and he goes away all abroad and all this stuff. And you know what? I'll say this. I really like the scene when he first has that sit down with De Niro at the restaurant. what I always liked about that scene in particular is when De Niro sits down and it does like these quick little edits, and it's just Bradley Cooper scanning De Niro. He's looking at his watch and he's looking at his eyes, and then De Niro is like looking at him, and it's just, I don't know what about it. I just like that quick little 5-shot edit of him scanning De Niro and looking at him, and De Niro, because De Niro's character has sort of been built up as this hard ass who doesn't give anyone who's not worth it the fucking time.
Yeah, like a huge tycoon.
So you kind of feel the anxiety of like job interview anxiety and shit, and like, and he nails it. Like the direction of that scene is really good.
Yeah, he does a lot of subtle acting. I think Bradley Cooper in this, like he does
fantastic.
like a lot of like small things to add to the scenes. Like even
where he
like
plays off somebody.
Yeah, like even like I thought while watching it this time, I even noticed like how good it was. Like for example, when he comes to that when he goes to that dude's apartment, the guy who he got the pills from, his
brother-in-law.
Yeah, where
his
when he finds him dead, and like when he first freaks out, like he grabs something, and then he's like yelling like there's someone still in the apartment, like the way he's like clutching it.
Isn't there like a little noise that goes on?
What's that?
Yeah.
No, but I like that. Like it was it was like an interesting choice, I thought, for him to act like there was somebody still in the apartment. Like, you know what I mean? Like I you know, usually you see that scenario and the guy's just like, oh my God, someone's dead. And they don't even consider that to be, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, like somebody could still be here, but he just reacts like that, like very quickly in that scene. I thought that was interesting choice on his part to do that.
Well,
I don't know if that was in the script or if he was just kind of like, you know, spitballing that. I don't know.
Something like maybe fall or whatever, and that's what he heard too.
Yeah, no, I liked it. I liked how he reacted to that, right? So
I also like how he reacted to going, you know, calling the cops and then going to look for the pills and then realizing, oh shit, the cops are coming. Like, you know, how did he figure it out? You know,
that was another part where I think I wrote that down for questions.
No, but you know what?
Like, what's going on here?
I think I was thinking that he was thinking where his brother-in-law was sitting and looking, right, and that's what came to his head. You know, he just thought of that, or maybe he remembered something from, you know, when. But honestly, yeah, that was pretty cool.
What else do you have for scenes?
Oh, I have the one where he's taking where he's gone off the hinges now that he's got the rest of the supply, and then he's going to the whole thing, and then he finds out just before he's going in with De Niro that he might have killed somebody in his whole outing when they do that whole where he's kind of gone through, and it's almost like he's gone ahead in time. At the way they're playing.
Well, he starts losing his memory at certain points,
he's
right?
He's blanking out, right? Yeah, he's overdoing it because he was doubling up pills. Remember at that one point, like I was like, "Is this bag ever going to end?" Holy fuck! Like this guy had literally a limitless supply. You know, at one point, that's what it felt like to me.
Limitless supply, I like
right?
that.
Well, no, think about it. I mean, that's a play on two words. If you for the way of the movie, right? It's the pill is make you limitlessly think, and it's got at one point it made him look like he had a limitless supply, and you know. So, you know, the first thing I would be doing is shake. How do I recreate this fucking drug? That'd be the first thing.
Well, he gets to that point.
I know. He hires that
chemist,
and then it disappears for a while. Then it disappears for a while, settles down, and comes back again. Right near the end, when Robert De Niro has to pull the fucking underlining hand. You know, that's the one where he shows up. That's another one I like, where he shows up as the pharmaceutical. Now he's taking over the pharmaceutical company, so he's already thought ahead of him. It's like he figured out. He learned. He
got there.
Yeah, he learned what was going on. He figured it out on his own. Like that's what I mean. Robert De Niro's character too just had to play a smart guy. Throw him some words, and he just had to act it out as a person. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like nothing crazy. Just throw him some words. Yeah. Okay. Now I own he's a investment guy, and now I own the pharmaceutical company you want to think. Oh, what about the company that he was working for? Yeah.
Did you say pharmaceutical?
Pharmaceutical.
Pharmaceutical.
No. Now you guys got me going. These guys have got their little fucking chat in the background, but on their phones, dude, and they're literally doing this in the middle of a show.
She's just adding it to the JTism list. Come on, we're professional here. How dare you say that?
It was a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah. Julie, what was your other
breaking the fourth wall, Jay?
What was your other scene, Joe? Julie, you said you had two. Did we say it?
The end scene where it's not the very end, but near the end of the movie where he is sort of having that chest to chest moment with De Niro, and he like explains that car is about to hit the taxi. He's got 60 feet to stop. He's going too fast.
I'm 5 steps ahead. Or whatever.
Yeah.
Where he's like,
just that whole like back and forth. It's almost like monologue a little bit, but like that's.
Don't forget to vote.
That interaction is so tight and so funny.
Yeah, that was good. I also wrote down the final showdown between him and the gangster and how he kills him, and then he has to drink his blood because he drops his last pill because it's in the bloodstream. When I saw that the first time, first of all, like, I can't believe this guy fumbled the bag, like dropped the last pill that he has, and I'm like, well, this guy's fucked. Yeah. Then the dude comes in, he's like, yeah, I've discovered this thing called Google, and I'm gonna talk to. He's like,
so funny.
He's like, there's the long intestine or whatever. I have to see this for myself. Yeah.
Don't worry, you won't.
That's probably the most disgusting and most ruthless bit when he drinks that guy's blood.
Yeah, but that's what
throw you off in the movie. It wouldn't have came like that.
The other thing too is that the guy, he's like blind and he's trying not to make any noise because he's like trying to milk it. That was
some bullshit. I mean, I know he speaks another language, but he doesn't recognize the dude's voice.
Yeah.
But they, you know what? They threw that in there for a little bit of a comic. I don't know. Who knows? They threw that in there for something. Right?
Yo, that was sick though, and he had to like drink his blood though. I remember the first time I watched this, I'm like, oh no, he's gonna have to drink his blood because he just talked about like, because you knew it was coming because he was like, shooting into his bloodstream, right?
That final fight in the apartment is the nastiest scene.
Yeah,
like how he shoots the needle and
fires that needle into his eye.
He had to do it. He had no choice.
Like every time I watch that movie, that's the part I like. Oh, I wish this part.
Oh, really? I like it.
It's so.
The cringe effect is always
not great.
Good,
it's like it's unnerving.
Yeah,
but unnerving is always good. We just watched the trailer that was a little unnerving.
Oh
yeah. So
the light breeze, the light brisk walk, or
the
light jogs.
A light jog. Yeah.
Oh,
the after dinner walk. Anyway, so
the after dinner walk.
What else? Any other? I saw that like a couple.
I got like a zillion.
When I mean, to be honest with you, when he's making up with he gets arrested first of all, and then the ex calls him and he finds out that this drug, you're not taking this drug, and she's not wondering why stuff. I know you guys are fucking.
No, we're not.
The way you look.
No, I don't want to distract you. You're
no, I had to lean in because I couldn't hear you that well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's just the way it works.
I don't think he gets arrested though, Jay. I think they just bring him in because he reported the crime.
Questioning. Yes, sorry. When they bring him into the police station, because I was wondering how the fuck did he get in there with all his drugs and still get out?
Yeah.
Back with his fucking
bullshit, bro.
And the thing, right? And he didn't hear from that ex-wife of his, right?
Yeah.
For a while, right? And he's hearing her in she calls, right, about it, and he ends up getting released, and he wants to meet up with her, and that whole little place thing there where he's going with that into the okay, I'm going to take some more medicine, sort of more pills, brighten it all up again, brighten the scenery up, brighten the show up, and start on this little rampage of banging women and just learning everything. He went nuts.
Did that on a vengeance, bro.
That was my thing. It just went nonstop. The whole head. Like if you can get yourself so focused on that many things and just be able to do them all at once, that'd be just so amazing, and be able to absorb it all. Like the way he was going through books, learning. I learned the piano in fucking 4 days. I learned so learning different languages. Then all of a sudden, of course, the exes always want to show up once they see that you're doing good.
Yeah.
So they Lindy shows back up, and it goes from there. But that scene really played out, that whole stretch there with the cop scene.
I also really liked when he's going through withdrawals, and the girlfriend Lindy there is forced to. He tells her that he's got his stash in her shell at her apartment, and she has to go back. And then she gets followed, and she's forced to take the pill because she has to like work her way out of that situation. And then like that whole thing with picking up the kid and using the skate to like slash that guy's face was pretty.
What an unpredictable fucking scene!
Right, I know. Like she sees like
it was so calculated.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, first of all, she gets two
She's
guys
open.
killed in the park.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
like, with their stupidness, she's like, "Help me!" Those two guys just get killed.
Don't help people.
Then she
guys.
picks up somebody's kid and uses her as like a
Oh, yeah,
weapon.
a weapon.
It was
After
perfect.
zoning in on like two separate weapons.
Right. She
But then,
decides-
yeah, it is like suggested that there's like, oh yeah, a dad with a kid,
right.
but like, what? I guess I don't know. To escape the commotion is like there's
Right.
a lot of obstacles.
And
It's
it's
like an
almost
easier
like it's that
path.
scene from Home Alone where he like runs across
Yeah.
the ice to get away.
Well, you know what I thought was weird too? I mean, a little bit with those scenes because the guy that was following.
Yeah,
them-
there you go.
Sorry, the guy that was following with them. He was moving pretty quick too. Was he on NZT?
NZT?
Sorry,
No,
yeah.
I don't think so.
Is he
Because
on IMDb?
no, well, I'm just wondering because he was keeping up with everything.
He
Like,
is.
he was
I could look
keeping
up his
the
name.
quick
if you
walk
want.
and all that when
Yeah.
he's chasing after. And
I
all
know
that
he
shit.
didn't really look like anything like special. This guy, but yeah, he
No.
was like the Terminator. yeah,
Where the fuck- yeah, where was he coming from?
I know, but that's.
I also thought he was on the drug too. It like seemed to be suggested that that guy was also chasing the drug.
But I thought the whole point was that he was trying to track down the drug for his boss.
He was, but that's like revealed later.
Yes, but why would he be on the drug if like you know?
No,
what I mean?
I'm just saying like it is sort of like led on for you to
Maybe.
believe that that guy is chasing the drug also.
right.
And then it's like a reveal later. The other thing that kind of took me, this might be kind of naive, but the other thing that took me by surprise was the Melissa reveal when they meet up and then you're like, oh, she's clearly been doing drugs. Like I didn't see that coming.
Oh yeah, like how rough she
Oh, how
looks.
rough she was?
yeah,
Ex-wife, yeah.
The brother said something too. The brother-in-law there.
yeah.
Maybe
They
I
said
didn't catch it
about,
though. It might have
you know,
been.
she's uptown married with this and she's not.
Yeah, he kind of like dismissed
Kind of
it,
dismissed it,
her. Yeah,
Right.
That's why she didn't want to meet.
because he wasn't. She was.
yeah.
He
Well,
wasn't
that's
as
what she said
fancy
on the
as her.
phone. She was just like, "Yeah, I don't really want to meet up in person. Don't worry about me." Because he's like, "I'll see you at the funeral," and she's like, "No, like, don't do that."
Don't
Yeah,
come,
yeah.
don't come.
Yeah.
Anything else scenes wise for you, Max, or do you want to get into quotes? Throw some quotes out.
I guess the last scene when he's running for governor and shit like that. Like,
Yeah, that was cool.
and he has a new haircut and he looks like a real schmuck. You know what he actually looks like in that? And I think Nico will probably only understand this. Did you end up reading Ex Machina, the Brian K. Vaughan story?
Yeah,
With Shaw 100?
Yeah.
He looks exactly like that.
the main
motherfucker.
character in that. Yeah, the haircut for sure. Yeah,
Like, he's like a superhero that becomes the mayor or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah, I got a bunch of quotes, like a bunch. So what kind of a guy without a drug or alcohol problem looks this way? Only a writer. Yeah.
Well, honestly, I did think that.
That was a perfect line.
It's just, even in the start, I love these movies where they try to make like look not like these attractive people look not attractive. It's like look how
Long
washed up
hair,
they are. Yeah,
smoking in
look,
the middle of the street.
you remember when that dude seen him, his friend? He's like, "Are you homeless?" Or he says something like
Yeah.
homeless.
They
Are,
did a good job.
are you living on the streets? I forgot what he said to him, but he said some comment to him, and he like looked like shit, right? But it was
Yeah.
just like,
they did a good job of like establishing him as a loser in the beginning when he's like in the bar and he's trying to explain his novel
Yeah.
and he can't even.
bro.
like,
Honestly,
understand.
did you end up watching Materialist yet?
No, have you?
I did, and it was fine, but that was basically
want
what.
to.
Well, that was exactly like what the vibe I got from the trailer.
Chris
It was the same thing.
Evans.
Chris Evans, like, look at this schlub, like this guy who's like can't get it together. I'm like, it's fucking Chris Evans. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I just hate how they do that in these movies.
Only the
I'm
beautiful
like,
people win in the end.
yeah,
Don't you know that?
yeah, come on.
Well, this looks like he's been after the hangover, man. It looks after he's had a few hangovers.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like as a washed up.
What's
writer
that,
in a
buddy?
sense.
But he says to him, he's like, hey, want to go for a drink? You tell me about this book. He's like, oh, it's 2 in the
3
afternoon.
3 in the
He said, when
afternoon.
does that ever stop?
stopped
He's
you
like,
before?
yeah, right, yeah. He's like,
Right.
yeah.
And this drinking, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon makes you do things
Right.
differently.
What else,
so,
Max?
So then he takes the drug and he's like, I wasn't high, I wasn't wired, just clear.
Yes,
I
had
knew
that
what I
written
needed
down,
to
too.
do and how to do it.
That's the quote of the movie, honestly. Like that's one of them, in my opinion. I wrote that down.
Should I
as
keep
well.
going or you want to throw
I was blind, but now I see.
Yeah,
That's what it was, bro.
because I have a bunch.
Julie, do you got any?
I just wrote down one because it made me laugh. When he says like, "What was this? A drug for people who wanted to be more anal retentive?"
Right.
Yeah, I
right.
thought of Nico when I thought that.
I know. I just got off to like how he organizes his apartment. I'm like, this is
That's what I mean.
fantastic.
That's what I mean. When I thought of anal retentive,
I know.
this is the first person I thought of.
Well,
And I
thank
love
you.
you, bro, but that was
okay.
nothing but meant the nicest things from my mouth.
I don't have delusions of grandeur. I have an actual recipe for grandeur.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
That's
another
a
one.
very
of the best.
well-written script.
Yeah.
I'm
as
a little
far as, like,
I'm a
the
little
dialogue
delusional when
and
it comes
shit.
to grandeur, but
Yeah.
I'm a little
Very well
delusional
written.
when it comes to it. Yeah, I don't have an actual recipe yet. I'm working on
You
it.
got any?
What do we got? I wrote them. I write my cues. I write everything down, guys. I write my cues beside it.
Good for you, bro.
So yeah, the one that really stuck out to me when he's in the scene when he's talking about all the powers of the world and stuff like that.
Oh
and how,
yeah.
he's getting into the stock market.
Oh, the
thing.
Portuguese.
Yeah,
function.
So yeah,
That's why
so
you love
that
it.
bro, this one was the best line. Okay, look at because he said when all the superpowers like back in the day with the big militaries and stuff like that, when they actually did something like conquered places. I mean, he hit it right on the tube because Portugal had a huge massive empire at one point, right? They were going into every fucking country, right? And then he goes, look at Portugal. They had a massive army. Now all they got now is salt cod and cheap condoms, right? Because they're literally all over the world. I have so many friends that are
Is
Portuguese.
there like a condom company in Portugal?
The girlfriend's Portuguese too.
I'm
I'm gonna get shit for that one, but yeah.
I just thought it was funny because like he
cheap
was
condoms part
bullshitting his
killed
way
me.
through that conversation, and then like all the guys at the dinner party, like, yeah, man, yeah.
No, the cheap condoms part fucking killed me. The only reason why it killed me is because they're everywhere. You can find a De Silva anywhere in the world. Sorry, Nico.
It's true.
I'm just saying you can find a De Silva anywhere in the
It's
world.
the most common like
you know what
Portuguese
that
name.
scene just, like,
I know an Indian girl
exemplifies?
named De Silva.
Yeah, me too. Indian guy.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You know what? We forgot to mention at the top of the show, and shame on us. Like, shout out to Julie, who we're also rocking the new Late Night at the Movies logo. And let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Great stuff. No, she literally whipped that up before this recording.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah,
I got to watch how the sausage was made while I was doing Photoshop work.
that's right.
No.
But
Well, you know what about that line that De Niro uses to him?
which one?
Because he says he's like the Spartans. He doesn't have any enemies.
Mm.
He goes, the Spartans weren't big on enemies, right? He said the Spartans weren't big on enemies.
Yeah.
Amenities.
Oh, yeah. Is it
Amenities.
because he's talking about his
Amenities,
house? Because he's like, this is where you live.
Yeah. Amenities. Sorry, I don't know why I thought enemies.
Yeah.
But amenities.
Yeah.
Amenities.
I got enemies. Got a lot of enemies.
And all that.
My energy.
But he says, De Niro says, eventually just got their asses kicked, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
Yeah.
all the other.
Yeah. That was good.
Who's
I
calling
also
my
like when
phone?
he's like, you don't tell me you're one of those people that sees a TV in the room and then we've lost you or whatever the hell he says when he sees him like distracted in that scene that Max was talking about.
That
Yeah.
reminds me of me.
Yeah. Exactly.
He goes like, he starts looking at his phone.
I got a hot take that I'm gonna give after this. I got a very hot take for this movie. Actually, it's super hot. Where's that gift that Nico's hot takes? I might have to throw that on for old time's sake. Max, how about you for quotes? You got more? You said, yeah.
So then when he comes home and he gave his publisher the manuscript, and the publisher calls him. She's like, Eddie, give me a call when you get in. And then she gives him the second call. She's like, Eddie, I'm 40 pages in. It's a little grandiose, but I'm still reading. And then the third call, she's like, okay, how did you do this? How it's like building up and shit. You know what I mean? And then when he says, he's like, I made some new friends who invited me to the beach. The beach was not nearby.
No,
Yes.
I like that.
And you see him
line.
getting on planes and stuff like that. Yeah,
So then,
he's having fun.
What about a tablet a day?
When he leaves De Niro's limo or whatever car, he's like, there are moments in life, moments when you know you've crossed the bridge, your old life is over. Van Loon was my bridge. I like that line. And then when he's talking to his, do you guys want to throw out some more? Because
I only got like one other one.
Go ahead.
I liked what he says after Van Loon there. De Niro drops him off at his place. He's like, I didn't go in. I wanted to walk.
Yeah.
Move, digest, ingest. Like just the way he's like describing, soaking it all
the
in.
line
And
that I
like,
said is the one that he says right.
oh,
exactly
really?
right. He's like, there are
Okay.
moments
It's
in
part of
life-
that same, it's part of that same
moments in life,
monologue.
moments when you know you've crossed the bridge, your
Yeah.
old life is over.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But this is the thing with the narration in this movie. He has all these great lines in
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Yeah.
What do you say? He says something about nothing about the ex brother-in-law. Nothing good comes from seeing
Oh yeah,
an
no, it's like
ex-brother.
all the useless relationships. the
That's right.
ex-brother-in-law.
Ex-brother.
Yeah.
That's the most. Yeah.
I love that as a trope in a movie too, where you bump into somebody you haven't seen in a long time, and it's like
Especially,
they
yeah.
got this whole other shit going on in their life. Like that's like, because that's like true to real life sometimes too, right? You're like, oh
Yeah.
wow, this is what you got into, or
Yeah.
sometimes it's for the worse. You see them, you're like, oh, look what happened to this guy, right?
They weren't using Instagram right apparently. So, but now you see it everywhere.
Oh,
but yeah, fuck.
I also have if you ever cooked, I'd be dead too.
Yeah,
like when
that's
he
good.
when he remembers that he didn't cook, so he put the pills in his
You got any more
oven.
quotes, Jay?
A tablet a day, and what I could do
Limitless.
was limitless.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Credits.
Yeah.
Then when he talks to the fucking security guards that he hires, he says, "Don't wear the same color suit. This isn't the Matrix."
Yes.
And then when he meets De Niro, because he had to bail on the meeting or whatever, and he comes back, and De Niro's like, he's like, "I was sick." He's like, "You don't get sick. You play at this level, you get hit by a fucking car, you don't even die."
Yeah.
And then
That's probably what he knew. He was on a drug of some sort.
And then the fucking Russian or whatever the fuck he was, Slavic guy, he's like next week I'm gonna need 20 pills. And then De Niro's like, Bradley Cooper's like, next week you could go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Another one that resonated with me too is like if I sat still and I was narrated like he did it, and I was still hoping that I could find it right through here because I didn't write it down. But when he says, my brain is just pouring this stuff out, everything I've ever read, heard, seen, and now organized and available. Right. The one thing about here you go, right? The one thing I always wanted to figure out is how to fucking get my brain that organized, bro, where you could I spit out nonsense, you know me, bro. I can spit out nonsense all day long.
Well, I was gonna say that's. Are you done with your quotes?
No, I got a few more.
Okay, rattle off the rest of them.
Yeah, then like his the dude's assistant is like, they're in the boardroom meeting, and then he's like, De Niro's assistant, he's like, remind me, who the fuck are you anyway? I'm sorry, Carl. I've had it with this unqualified posturing little prick. Like, he's getting mad at Bradley for being so. And then at the end, when he's like, I see everything, Carl. I'm 50 moves ahead of you and everyone else. And he's like, don't forget to vote. Okay, I have one last one, and it's a monologue. This is my favorite monologue in the whole movie, and it's by De Niro. And if you don't mind,
interesting.
Can I do it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I get my little acting chops?
Yeah, don't forget to speak like De Niro.
Yeah, I'm gonna try. And this is why I really like De Niro's performance, because I think he has the best stretch of acting in this little scene right here. And I'm on the casting armchair. I guess he's on the casting couch.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's get it's for the casting director. He's like, that you would even think that would only show me how unprepared you are to be on your own. I mean, you do know you're a freak. Your deductive powers are a gift from God or chance. Sorry, fucked up my thing. Your deductive powers are a gift from God or chance or a straight shot of sperm or whatever, or whoever wrote your life script. A gift, not earned. You do not know what I know because you have not earned those powers. You're careless with those powers. You flaunt them and you throw them around like a brat with his trust fund. You haven't had to climb up all the greasy little rungs. You haven't been born blind at the fundraisers. You haven't done the time in that first marriage to the girl with the right father.
Right.
You think you can leap all over in a single bound. You haven't had to bribe or charm or threat your way to the seat at the table. You don't know how to assess your competition because you haven't competed. Don't make me your competition.
That's right.
And I love that monologue so much. And De Niro is just like, he kills that shit. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like earlier we were talking about like De Niro. This is like his. If I could do like a Bill Simmons shit, this like compare sports. This is like De Niro's like Washington Wizards era.
Okay.
But even Jordan and Washington Wizards is still like, smash.
Still Jordan.
He was still Jordan. And that's what I'm saying. Like De Niro.
Yeah.
On some cruise control shit, how you describe it, it's still better than all these that's the best.
Well, that's why I stipulated that when I said it. I just said like, if we're being honest, it's like B level De Niro, but B level De Niro is still
like, hands down. And like I showed this one time this movie to my friend James, and like we always quote that shit, like don't make me your competition, like you haven't earned the right to compete.
Right.
No, that's one of my favorite parts.
And it's funny because from here they actually became good friends, him and Bradley Cooper, and he ended up being in Silver Linings Playbook. He ended up showing up in American Hustle. He kept showing up.
David O. Russell
that's what I mean. And he kept showing up in bit parts for those movies with Bradley Cooper, right?
Both enjoy.
Yeah. Also, have you ever seen him like inside at the actor's studio clip of him like asking him a question or like,
Sean Penn?
Oh, is it Sean Penn?
Yeah.
It's like a young Bradley Cooper, right?
Like Louis C.K. thing about it.
Okay. Any other quotes, or are you good?
No, I'm good. That's
I'm
it.
good. If you,
Good?
I'm good. Yeah.
Say the last.
I'm not moving forward.
I'm gonna throw my hot. Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
Let me find your
I ended up with
your
that
thing. Oh shit, I can't do it without changing this thing. Well,
Really? That's awesome. Welcome back, Nico's hot takes. It's been a while. All right.
It's be hot.
The reason JT picked this movie and he relates to this movie so much is because he's used to bullshitting his way through life.
That's right.
And he thinks he's getting away with it with a lot of the time too, like Bradley Cooper does in this movie. I went back and I checked the tapes. This motherfucker has not seen half the movies that we've talked about on this show. He watches the intro and then he comes here and he bullshits his way through and he thinks we don't notice. I'm telling you, this guy is Bradley Cooper Limitless for this show in terms of bullshitting his way through this stuff. You just write a bunch of random things on that paper. I'm on to you, my friend.
Dude, read it. There's every scene, bro. But the problem is I'm not organized.
Jay's version of this movie is called Limited.
Oh yeah, very limited. No, but listen,
that's my hot take, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, well done.
Was that a hot
Return
take?
of the hot take.
No, listen.
No, but it has to be said. It is a hot take to anyone
I'm
who
a
doesn't watch this
salesperson.
show.
As much as you guys fucking hate to admit it, I'm a salesperson. I can
mean,
sell myself.
The worst part is he always
I
points
actually
out.
take time to do this.
I
really do. And I don't think I even need to half the time if I watch the film, because once we start talking, everything just comes to the brain. I might not be able to remember quotes like these guys and absorb everything, but I remember as it's being spoken to. The thing is, it's exactly like that scene too, like where he remembers seeing that fucking. Stop talking in the chat.
How legend was this?
I'm not.
Hey, so at the end, it's like seeing, him when he's. Now you made me fucking.
No, it's like now.
Sorry,
let me
bro.
retort. This is your point right here.
Yeah.
Let's hear it, Jay.
Jay therapy.
You lost your train of thought.
I lost my train of thought. You see, there's where my
bus
organization skills don't happen. All right.
I lost my thought of train. Okay,
but I can't absorb it that quick like that. And when it starts being like that scene where he remembers seeing the fucking thing from her book, and I remember. When somebody brings something up or talks, then I remember things from 20 fucking years ago.
Yeah, I knew this is why this guy likes this movie.
Okay, and it's so intense, and I'm like, this is like the drug. Like since day one, I've always wondered why. I take seizure medicine, everybody out there, so I know what brain medicine affects and how it does to people. There's no drug like this out there. This is amazing. Don't get me wrong. Marijuana helps.
Jay, when was the last time you took Ritalin?
Jay therapy.
Don't even get me started with that fucking crap. Shit.
I would think that Ritalin is probably the closest we'd ever get to this.
No.
Did you guys ever
that
see
made me a fucking zombie. Okay?
That made me a zombie. Tom Cruise interview where he was going off on Ritalin with Matt Lauer?
No.
Oh, it's classic.
That's more like fucking Ativan.
Adderall. Sorry, Adderall, not Ritalin, Adderall.
For the fucking brain.
Adderall's
it is like cocaine.
I'm telling you,
is more organized.
JT is just like him in that party scene in this, where he's talking out of his fucking ass about the Portuguese.
Right. I know a lot of bullshit about nothing. I know a little bit about a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
But I don't think you convince anybody. It's like.
But I sell it. It doesn't matter, bro.
Comparison.
It's about selling it.
I mean, you exposed your own self when we did Steve Jobs, and you're like, we're like driving on the way here, and you're like, I didn't watch the movie. I listened to it in the background. I was like, the fuck, bro? Like,
bro, sometimes.
And then he's watching it again while he's driving. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Dude, that's what I do. People wonder why I listen to the fucking baseball game, because I like to visualize it in my head. It's better that way. The story plays out the way I want it in my head. It might not be the way they want it, but it plays out perfectly in my head.
Well, that's. I'm glad this sparked up a response.
Debate?
You
know what?
You ignited his passion.
Other people fooled.
But this is why he I'm telling you, this is why he made this pick, though. He relates to it in that sense. The narcissism, of course, too. But like, it's
the hyper focus of the whole.
Like, moves ahead of you and everyone else.
That's why I make everybody think I'm a stoner. That's what the
Yes,
50 steps
yes.
ahead is.
But this
Well,
is what.
gift,
But this is
not
why I
earned.
stipulated that. You think
I
you're
know
fooling a
what
lot
you
more
did.
people than you.
No, I know, because you are intelligent. I'm not saying you're not.
I'm not even saying that. I'm
No,
just
you're
saying,
very good at pointing things out. No, I understand that.
I tapped into something here though.
But
With my hot take. I knew it.
But the whole, I think even with mine, I could have said that as a hot take. You being anal retentive was that part of it. So I mean, at the end of the day,
Good
we
job.
both could benefit off this fucking drug, bro. Straight up, man.
But actually, that being said, we'll just jump into questions here. That was my main question. If you had the opportunity to take something like this, would you take it? I would.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
150%.
Yeah, 100%. Julie,
I'm all
no?
in.
Without the,
Oh,
without
okay. Yeah,
But you know what? Yeah, I don't want
This
the.
movie convinced me that I probably need Adderall.
Yeah, we need to
Oh.
improve.
I want the Super Saiyan version that he takes.
Yeah,
in
we
the
don't
end
want to
when
be.
he's not
We don't
fucking-
want to be that Ritalin kid. We want to be the soup. We want to be the modified version
Yeah,
of that
yeah,
kid.
yeah. We
You
want
know,
the
like-
we want the 2.0, right?
Yeah, we want the 2.0. Yeah,
Yeah, we want the update, right?
the Ritalin
Yeah.
just made us all addicts. That's
So-
all it did.
Do you know that Ritalin is a street drug, man? Do you know that?
You could probably get it on the street some places, man.
Julie,
like that.
are you still able to hear us? We got rain going on behind us now. We got a
Yeah,
whole
no, I don't even hear it.
crazy. This is a crazy night out here. So
I don't hear anything. I only hear you
Now
guys.
the feeling drops, but now the breeze
you're
is
inside the
coming
house,
back
but you don't
down.
have to worry about.
What are you talking about?
He's in California.
No,
where
but
there's
I don't have
earthquakes and
windows.
shit.
Yeah, I don't have windows right now. They're open. On both
It's
sides.
daytime wherever the fuck you are.
He's in
What else?
Thailand.
Yeah, winks always coming out.
Okay, that was my other question. So we all agreed that we would take this drug.
Yeah.
Okay,
Who's smarter?
in this movie,
Like
Okay, with all due respect, yes, he's enhanced.
he's taking steroids though. He's out of
Okay.
the game.
But at the end of the day, out of the two of them,
who?
De
Him
Niro.
and De
or-
Niro?
Yeah, De Niro's smarter.
life-wise, yeah, like
De Niro isn't on NZT though.
But De
No, I know.
De Niro
or is he? Because he bought the pharmaceutical
So,
company.
so that
that's,
was
that's
so my
another weird
first
thing.
time watching this. I had
No.
suspicion that he was, but I don't think he was.
No,
They
he's
never,
not.
but
He's not.
he figures out what it is and that
But
he's
remember,
on it.
he
at
knew
the
that
end.
he knew that company was looking into
Yes.
it for him.
On
right?
base
So-
level though, De Niro's character is way smarter, but fucking Bradley's on steroids. Like he's like Barry Bonds in this bitch. Like get
Well,
him outta here.
for that time.
De
period.
Niro got a little too full of himself there at the end, where he thought he
Yeah.
could push him, and he's just like, "You don't understand." Like,
oh,
yeah.
what did he say? What did he say? He's like, you don't want me working for me. You would end up as my bitch.
Yeah,
Or like,
yeah. He's like, so, but that's why, like,
It's my
De Niro,
assistant,
that
yeah.
is a good part with De Niro when he's like, maybe we should talk again when you're calm or whatever, and he's just like, get the fuck out of here.
Don't forget to vote.
Yeah, don't forget to vote. Just slams the door on him. Yeah.
I didn't inhale.
So
I
I
didn't
didn't inhale. Bill Clinton.
I took the NC-17. I didn't ingest.
My other question was like the whole cops at the door thing. Like, what the fuck was that? I mean, that was pretty
Cops at the
stupid
door?
too. Like the cops would not just like
They would
be
kick the door in.
like
They were
exactly.
knocking for quite
They
a
were
while.
knocking for like a minute. Then when
He
he
had
opened
time
the
to take his
door,
gloves off
and he's
and
like,
all
"Hey
that.
guys, I called you." Like you would be in cuffs. Like, you
And
know
they
what
would
I mean?
probably check your shit and it
They would check
Right.
your pockets for the gloves. Yeah.
Like, I
I'm
know,
the one who called. I'm the one who called.
like I know,
so
I know he got interrogated right after that. But if they're doing like guns would be out, the door would be cracked.
you
open
wouldn't
at
be
that
in that
Don't try
interrogation
anything
room
else.
with those
Yeah,
drugs
yeah.
in the back of your fucking thing. So, like at the end of the day, he didn't. That was one of those things. Like, where did they go? They were with him the whole time.
White
He had
privilege.
quite a big
White
stash too.
privilege.
on
If he
him.
was black, that would not happen. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that right fucking now.
Well, yeah, they
White privilege.
the way they handle them, I
I'm
guess.
just
Yeah.
Right.
I love you,
No.
Bradley. I love you. You're so fine. You're so fine, baby. You're so fine.
So, and then my other question was, when did he stop taking the pill? Because it seems like after his withdrawal, he wasn't on it there during that period. Because here's the clue I picked up on. I don't know if you guys picked up on this. When he went to speak to the chemist, the chemist is explaining
Mr.
something to him about how he's going to reproduce the pills, and he's like, "What does that mean? Like, explain it to me." I feel like if he was on the drug, he would have knew exactly what he was talking about when
Yeah.
he was describing that to me. Yeah.
Or
And
maybe
then
he
al-
wanted to be more in depth. I don't know.
and then also they didn't reveal, like he didn't. That was the whole thing at the end where he goes to grab the pill and he drops it. He wasn't on it at that
the
time.
thing is,
No,
I mean,
yeah.
I guess he actually ends up doing it anyways. But I feel like if you were on that drug, you would like learn chemistry and shit, and then learn how to make it yourself. Like I think you would be right. Like
It is kind of a plot hole. You're right.
I figured like he would have done that right away, but then he
But
focuses
did you-
on the stock market instead.
But I think what he did was equally smart, just reproducing them with a chemist or whatever. But at the same time, it's like,
Yeah.
But did you guys notice that? Like that whole last bit of the movie at post withdrawal, I don't think he's on it. I think he's holding his own when he's in those meetings with Van Loon and all that. Like,
well, the thing too is there's certain parts, where he is. He's because he went overboard, then he started to slow down a bit. I think, right? But I mean,
I'm not saying he wasn't on it at all at any time,
No.
but like he was clearly not on it in a lot of those scenes because
there
like
was
that's
scenes
why.
where he was just going on a downer, and he had to probably take an upper at one point sooner or
Yeah.
later, right? But yeah, no, there was stuff that he was retaining to at the time. You can see, and remember, I think now watching it, like as critics like that, you can pick it apart a lot more different. When you're watching it just to watch it,
You're not going to pick up.
you're
on
not going to
that,
pick on
no.
those little things like that.
It doesn't even
those
matter,
different
really. Honestly,
yeah, I mean,
it's
but
just, yeah.
no, I get what you're saying because it's nice to know something like that. Like because they've already dove deep into the fucking movie already, right?
Right.
Like when it came into everything else. So I mean, if they started stretching it a little bit more, it might have been too long of a movie. In that sense, right? So
honestly, I would have been fine if the gangster plot wasn't part of the film and he was just out there competing against other people that were on potentially NZT. You know what I mean? Like he could have just been like a business thriller.
I guess they had to throw that
where
in
he's
there
just like
because-
versing other NZT people. I don't know.
I like that they reveal that they don't ever actually physically show the guy, but the guy that they're buying the company from.
Yeah, he was on it, but that's why he ended up in the
deduces that.
hospital, right? Yeah.
But did they actually ever show that guy's face at any point in the movie?
Yeah.
They did?
Yeah,
Okay.
he shows up at the meeting. He said he's there. They're about to sign the papers, and then he goes in the hospital, right? Like that's, and then you find out that he sees the bodyguard with the scar, putting him into the car, right? Like into his, when the wife when he picked up the wife, because the wife meets him and De Niro, and she's like, "We're gonna sign the papers, but he's in the hospital, right?" Yeah. So, any questions from you guys though? Did you guys have anything or?
No, questions wise, I'm good. I mean, it's like I said.
Where do you think he goes? Like, how far does Eddie Mora go? Does he become president?
Yeah,
he becomes
president. Because if he was going to be, mayor or governor at the end there or something, then he was going to be a president. That's you work your way up from there, right? So I think he would have been the.
What kind of a president does he become? Does he like bring world
Elon
peace?
Musk.
Like, does he? Yeah, Elon Musk. Like,
well, that's the other thing too. It's like. Well, it's like a monsoon. Water's splashing.
I don't know. I want to make sure I got to pay off the computer first. Fuck.
Honestly, like, what kind of? That's the thing too. He's in this for himself. He could have done a lot of amazing things in this movie, but he doesn't.
No,
right?
Was he a good person?
Not really. I don't know.
Gift.
Yeah.
He could have changed. Yeah, he could have changed it up.
Right,
He just did stuff for himself, right?
So
at the end of the day,
he was just selfish, right? That's all it was. Like but he needed to improve his own life before he could improve possibly other people's lives. So we don't know the extent
Don't
of it.
make me your competition.
Max.
But okay, let's move into movie pairings then. If no one else has got questions,
don't make me your competition.
Who wants to go first here? Jay, as the pick. Did you get anything for this? This is your.
You know what? I would say.
You said one earlier. I think you could pair well.
I mean, Looper is pretty good. There's that
I
one.
love that one.
Yeah, so there's that one. But I mean, I also even.
It's like a nice little sci-fi shit.
You know what? Now that it's out, you might as well pair it with Megalopolis.
Yeah, I was about to say. You said it earlier.
You might as well do a little Adam Driver there, right?
Right.
And do something like that, and just check it out,
Driver,
right?
you so fine, baby.
You know, I mean, you can see any sort of
What's
breakup
going
movie
on
or
with
whatever,
you
but
today?
really,
I don't know.
Between the two of you,
it's
did you
like,
get a contact high from this guy?
no, it's like
So fine.
see, he was nervous because he
See,
was worried that he wasn't going to see me today.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they
My stable
he lifted
boys.
his my stable.
My stable of
You
boys.
lifted-
Pick one. Anyone.
You lifted his spirits. There you go.
yeah.
All right.
So
What'd you put in that coffee, bro? Fuck.
it's the caffeine, bro. It's just too sugar. Yeah, so
You put some NC-17 rating.
NZ. Come on, get it right, damn it. How many times have you watched the movie once? But yeah, so
Megalopolis, Looper,
yeah. Any sort of like even a time travel movie, I would say, or just something that speeds up stuff.
It's just like a
You want to watch The Flash? Go and watch The Flash, man. You can
Like
see how you
like
circle
a-
through time. Like maybe get that same sort of.
I like that actually.
You know,
Yeah.
if you want to get that same sort of film experience that I got out of this.
It came out around the same time too, like 2011, 2012 or some shit, right?
No,
Same
not the last Flash movie.
Looper.
No, Looper.
Oh, Looper.
Looper,
Yeah.
You know, so
I like
mean,
Looper.
You know, at the
Yeah, I
end
like
of the
it
day,
Yeah.
yeah. So at the end of the day,
I like it
those are
too.
some things that
That's
I
the
was
Bruce
thinking.
Willis one,
And then
right?
Bruce
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
You can always check.
Oh, my boy.
Yeah.
you can always.
My
check out-
boy. Oh,
She's already. I was gonna say she's already
Fuck.
so
wet.
good.
Did you guys ever see the roast of Bruce Willis?
No.
And
No.
then Joseph Gordon-Levitt like hosted, was like the host.
Oh, I never seen that
and
one.
Nikki
No.
Glazer was on. Oh my god!
Oh,
I love
she destroys.
I love her so much. She's
she
like-
destroys.
She's like, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, you're so cute. Doesn't he look like he eats pussy, but only with the crust cut off or some shit?
She kills. She
She's
kills.
amazing,
Yeah,
yo,
she
I
is
love
great.
her.
No, yeah, but
Those are good. Yeah,
Yeah.
those are good. Good
you know what I
picks.
mean. And then I mean, if you want, you can go watch some Bradley Cooper stuff. It's always fun to watch some Bradley Cooper stuff. Right?
Coop.
When it comes to like everything from Hangover to
Interstellar?
the new the Stars. I really that's
Star
the
is
one I was
Born.
going to do.
I know
Star
you
is
like
Born,
that.
but I was like, I'm not going to go too
I
soft
like
on
that
these
movie.
guys.
I like
No, I
him a
know.
lot in that.
It was a great movie, but I was thinking that one, and I said, you know what, let's tone it down a notch.
It's hard to dislike someone like Bradley Cooper. Eh? He's
It
just
is
such
very-
a likable guy.
He's
you
a
know
very
what I
just a
mean?
very overall well-rounded character. Like he can play a certain type of character, but he does it really well, right?
Struggled with
Has
alcohol,
anybody
too.
seen that? Yeah, he has, but he's been clean for a while. Has
Yeah.
anybody seen that
Bounce back.
that Guillermo del Toro movie, Nightmare Alley, with
I
him?
have not.
I've heard really
No.
good things about it though. I should check that out. Have you seen it,
Nightmare
Julie?
Alley?
Yeah, it was good.
I have not
It's
seen
like a noir with like I
Yeah.
guess like monster
It was
type
really
shit.
good. I think
Okay.
it got kind of mixed reviews, but I really liked it.
No, like I think that's one of those movies that like critically, like people are starting to really talk about that movie. Like I've heard a lot of good praise about it, but at the time, you're right, it didn't do that well when it came
No,
out.
like I think people felt like it was convoluted or something. I forget what they were saying, but
yeah,
I liked it a lot.
yeah. Okay, movie pairings. Julie or Max? Max? You want to go ahead, or I don't know?
I almost don't even want to say it because Julie, you go first because you mentioned it first.
No. Go ahead, because I got a lot, and when you guys say them, I just
Lucy.
strike them out.
Lucy, right?
Yeah.
I've
So
never
then-
seen that.
So it's like the
I've
same
never seen
concept of like using 100% of your brain, but with Scarlett Johansson. This came out a few years later, though. This came out
It's like
in 2014. Luc Besson, the French filmmaker.
I don't need Scarlett Johansson to use
Scarlett Johansson. You're so fine, baby. You're so
Is
fine.
it Scarlett Johansson or is it?
Scarlett Johansson.
Oh,
Scarjo.
okay. Oh, I was mixing it up with that other one, the Atomic Blonde, which
That's
is
Charlize Theron.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
no, Scarlett. I actually really like that one, by the way, Lucy. Like I actually like I.
Never seen it.
No, I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that one. It's a good one.
It's conceptually, it's close. It's just more that she's being used as a drug mule.
Okay, I have some weird ones on here. Okay, this is like the dark version of this story, The Substance.
Oh, I
You know
never
what I
even
mean?
thought of that.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I didn't
You
even
know
thought
what I
of
mean?
that's a good one.
You know what I mean?
That's a good
Like-
movie pairing.
Like because it's like
Taking
it's
drugs
also
and-
kind of
Yeah.
funny too because it's like the woman version of it because it's like
Yeah.
how like with Limitless it's like if you had this drug people like men are like on this like power
For
and
sure, it's about success,
Yeah.
and that one's more about looks. Like
looks.
kinda,
This one's just like where I guess a
yeah.
lot of like women kind of grab
and
their
success
fucking
in the business as a
status
result of
from
your
and
looks.
shit.
Yeah.
So this one is kind of like this is kind of a weird one. I have a lot of weird ones. So like that Blackjack movie 21.
Yeah.
Just
Oh
because like,
shit! Yeah.
you know how he's kind of like broken shit in the beginning, but then he like and then he
Also, my boy. I think.
what's that guy's name? Ben Sturgis or whatever. What was the guy's name? He was like a Jim Sturgis. He was like a.
Oh no,
British-
I'm thinking of a different movie. Sorry.
Kevin Spacey was in that. Is that your boy? Or?
No.
I know he
I'm
likes
thinking of a different movie about gambling.
a lot of boys.
I'm his boy.
Jim
I don't know.
Sturgis.
Yeah, I'm his boy. I wonder who has more boys, Kevin Spacey or JT. Like a nice,
You're
nice
talking about Jim Sturgis.
Oh,
Jim Sturgis.
all
yeah.
those he bitches in my man stable.
I thought you said
Crash.
21, and I was thinking about Rounders.
Rounders. I
Oh,
love
Rounders is excellent. I love.
I love Rounders, but
Yeah.
the thing with 21 is like he's like this broke college student, and then halfway through the movie, once they start winning blackjack, he's like staying in like fucking like penthouses in Vegas and shit. He's getting a taste of that like rich life. It's kind of like the rise and fall kind of thing.
Mhm.
The Social Network, is that the one you're saying?
Yeah.
There is a little bit of that like that vibe of like Trent in this movie. Not as good as Trent, obviously, but there is like a taste of it.
Something about like maybe the monologue aspect too, like feels
Yeah.
like kind of the same structure. Yeah.
And also how like the Social Network is also on that like techno thriller vibe as
Yeah.
it's like hacking into the Harvard shit and it's like
Yeah.
shit. And then the last one, this is like just for the trippy visuals. This is so out there. Doctor Strange, the first one.
Oh, the multiverse of Matt. No,
No,
that's
the
the
first
second
one,
one.
the
That's the
first
second
one.
one. Yeah.
Because because we were talking about all these like zoom in shots, and I just remember in Doctor Strange when all the buildings are like
it was
inverted.
very Inception, that scene though. Like the
Yeah,
way that the city, it was
Inception.
very Inception like,
Inception
which
is
is
a
would
good
also
one.
be like.
But like how Doctor Strange played on visual,
that's actually a
like,
good one as well.
trippy visuals
Inception.
and
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, that is a good one. So.
Oh, sorry, Julie.
Those are my
okay, I have a few. There's one, I don't know if you guys ever seen this. There's a movie that literally came out a year after this one came out called The Words with Bradley Cooper. Has anybody ever seen that here?
No.
I don't feel like anyone's ever heard or watched this movie, but this is like a sleeper, really good pick in my opinion. Like it's like an indie film, I guess, that he did. And he literally plays a writer who plagiarizes somebody else's work because he has writer's block in it. And then he basically goes on the road and has all this success. And meanwhile, he stole somebody else's work, and the guy knows that he stole his work. So that's why it's literally called The Words. It's really good, actually. It's like it's a drama, and it's like more of like an indie drama. It's.
I've seen the poster for this.
I think that guy from the OC is in it.
Saldana.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she is in it. That's right. Yeah, she's with them. It actually feels very much. It happens around the same time as this film in terms of like he filmed it around the same period, but so it feels like a really good like pairing with this. Also, because of the aspect of running into somebody and like again trying to improve your life by going to like almost like the way I looked at it is like a place like a institute, almost like instead of the pill, like you're going somewhere else that's going to help you improve your lifestyle. I put Total Recall, and I put The Game, the David Fincher film.
That's a good one.
Kind of like, because like the same thing, he runs into Sean Penn, his brother, and he's just like, hey, how about you go to this place or in Total Recall? It's like, yeah, you should check out this place, Recall, right? Like it kind of reminded me of running into your friend, that kind of scene that he has in this, like. And I also put Groundhog Day because like he talks about like learning the piano in 3 days or whatever in this movie. So I'm like, there's a whole sequence of Groundhog Day where he's learning all this kind of stuff, and the passage of time, they don't really explain how long he's repeating the same day over and over again. So it kind of reminded me about him losing track of time in this film as well. Again, loud thematic type stuff. Not really films you would think would go well with it. Obviously, The Matrix, because he says The Matrix in this, and you take a pill in that movie.
What about Superman?
What about Bruce Lee, Way of the Dragon? When
he was in the new Superman. He was Jor-El in the new Superman.
He was, yes. So. As Max would say, you wouldn't want to pair any movie with that, according to Max.
I just wanted to throw that in there near the end anyway, so I had to.
And then finally, and I'm wondering if Julie has this on her list, because this was a Julie pick, actually, that I ended up watching. This is recommended from her, Primer. I put down as a good.
I need to see that.
It's confusing. It's actually on YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube. Yeah, it's actually on YouTube.
Too,
yeah, on Tubi, I think too. It's a very indie film. It's only like an hour, I think, but it is fucking. You have to actually be like
NC-17.
No, you have to be like a scientist to like understand the fucking movie. It's ridiculous.
You have to look at a flow chart afterwards to understand what the fuck happened.
But the same thing, they keep trying to like improve upon themselves in that film, it seems like, or upon like the scenario that they're in, and they lose track. You lose track as a viewer of where they are in the film, essentially, like while you're watching the last like 20 minutes or whatever. It's insane. So yeah, anyways, that was a Julie pick, and I
love that. That totally slipped by me, actually, but that's a great fucking point.
You realize too,
you guys have done that movie before?
No, but Julie recommended it to me years ago because we talked. I think we were talking about Darren Aronofsky's Pie, and like it's very in the same.
Pie would be a good pairing too.
That's true, actually.
Great point too.
Yeah, Pie is good too, but Primer is like very like that's like the perfect pairing of like like that kind of, because it's both about math and science essentially.
He also tries to fix the stock market. Like he tries to find out a formula to figure out the stock market.
Pie, I can't remember. Yeah, but it's all mathematics, like the way he does it. Oh yeah, that's right. He does do that. Yeah. Anyways, go ahead, Julie.
Okay, so I have two different themes that I have here. We've struck out a couple of the ones that I had, but I had some on the theme of like biohacking, and I had some on the theme of just like, huh?
Did you put Black Hat? Yeah,
no. Okay. But I don't know if that is. But biohacking, and then one that was just like drugs, like two different sides of the same coin. Kind of.
Over here, man. No ugly people.
And one of them's pretty loose, and like I don't think anybody's gonna like it as a pairing. But I put down Requiem for a Dream on the drug subject.
Yeah.
I put down Wolf of Wall Street on like drugs and finance bro shit.
And
Yeah.
fun.
Fun. I put down Transcendence because that one was a sort of
with Johnny Depp, right?
yeah,
Like becomes
sort of on the biohack kind of train.
techno thriller.
Selfless also on the biohack train.
Oh my god, I know that movie too. With Ryan Reynolds, right?
Train Spotting on the drug train.
Oh, good call.
I put Fight Club down, and that one's just kind of because of like
Trent Reznor kind of Fincher vibe kind of thing, even though Reznor's not in that one, I don't think.
Fincher vibe, but like it was
I
like
remember.
this sort of loose memory, and he doesn't really know what's going on, but he's like kind of elevating himself as the movie, like, or at least he feels that way.
That's true. No, I can see that.
Yeah, I put down Fear and Loathing on the drug train.
Yeah.
I put down Blow on the drug train.
Yep.
I put down Get Him to the Greek on the drug train. I put down In Time on the biohacking train.
I still want to see that.
Is that the Justin Timberlake movie?
it's
I've
really
never
like
seen that.
I
Yeah.
remember
Was
wanting to see that when it came out and it got negative.
It wasn't amazing, but it's just kind of thematically it feels in the right
same
zone.
vibes too, you know.
And I put down Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind on the biohacking train.
That's a good one. Yeah. Yeah.
That was the one I thought I was going to get pushback on.
No, that's
that's
a
a
good
good
one.
pick.
I like that.
All right.
Yeah. I will say the main difference though is that one's a lot more introspective.
Thematically, like sort of like
Yeah.
tonally very different.
Yeah.
I think with this movie is like the one where like because the plot is so specific, the movie pairings are kind of just like
You got to
all
go with
over the place.
themes more.
Yeah,
so
it's very expansive. Like you can go anywhere really.
Yeah. Okay, there's movie pairings. Those are some good ones. I like that. So pairings. Those are some good ones. I like that. So Jay, wrapping up here, then, do you have what would you say the legacy of this film is, if any?
Drugs. No, you know what?
Drugs are bad. Okay.
Charlie Sheen. Don't get invited
No,
to
I
a
just
party if you
no. I
can't hang.
don't know about the legacy, but it's something that's, like I said in the beginning, it's good to watch when it's on, and you're not gonna hurt yourself to turn it off if you have to, right? It's not gonna kill you to turn it off, but it might get you hooked as you're watching it. But I think ultimately the theme I would take away from this is don't do drugs you don't know anything about. Right?
Drugs are fun.
I mean, regardless on how fun they can be, they could also be fucked up too. So we're not promoting any of that, obviously, guys, right?
Sure.
So, but I mean, speak for yourselves, right? But yeah, so that's really the takeaway I get from it. And Bradley Cooper, man, this is like prime.
Yeah.
This is like, he's done so much voiceover and shit and stuff like that. Wasn't he Rocket in the Guardians and all that crap? So,
well, that,
I mean,
yeah, I was going to say, I can piggyback on you mentioning that this is his legacy in that sense. That's what I wrote down. I say this is in the top 5 known Bradley Cooper roles. This is in the top 5.
It's like a cult classic.
I put Guardians, this, the one that you said, Star is Born, and then I would probably put American Sniper and Hangover. That's what I put down. Because American Sniper, he had a lot of acclaim for that film when it came out, I remember.
Yeah.
I think those are like, if you recognize him in Guardians, if you know that he is Rocket, those are like the main things I think any person that likes Bradley Cooper will mention. It's like
maybe
in his
going
top,
forward, he's going to be Jarrell.
Yeah, well.
Sorry.
You just get the Darth Vader choke.
Actually got a hairball.
But yeah, I think that's in the top 5 Bradley Cooper films. Honestly, this one, at least things he's most well known for.
I can puke into real fast.
How about you guys? Legacy? You have anything for that?
I wrote the same thing. Just like it's a top tier Bradley Cooper performance in a drama.
Yeah,
this is not like probably. I put this on number 1. Bradley Cooper, maybe movies. Maybe movies.
I wouldn't argue. No,
it might be number 1, man. I mean, what's really competing? Don't make me your competition.
His cameo in Licorice Pizza.
He was excellent in that. He was excellent.
I'm not even joking. He was really good in that movie. He was my favorite part about that
Thomas
movie.
Anderson, and I'll never.
That's what I'm saying. Paul. So there you go.
But I mean, as him in the lead. Let me change the parameters.
The driver's seat. The driver's seat, literally in the driver's seat.
No, you know what? No, Silver Linings Playbook. I have to go with Silver Linings Playbook. For me, it's Silver Linings. Although Jennifer Lawrence kind of blows him off the screen in some parts of that
She
movie.
does.
So
Yo,
like,
De Niro, that's a great late career De Niro as well.
That's also a good one. Yes,
one of the best.
And of course we can't forget our boy Chris Tucker's in that as well. That's
you know what?
He's alive still.
But that's like born again Christian.
Well, he was even in, and then what do you, instead of Chris Tucker, you put Chappelle in Star Is Born, right?
Yeah, and Eddie Griffin.
Yeah, was he in that as well?
He's the one that gets them married.
I've never seen it. No.
He's got the token black guy and everything.
Because I know that it was known when the movie came out.
It's critically acclaimed.
Yeah, exactly.
You get to see Lady Gaga without any makeup on.
Oh, Lady Gaga, you so fine.
Julie Legacy.
Make me go Gaga.
That's I put pretty much the same thing as you. It's just like it's a top tier Bradley Cooper performance.
Okay, all right. Well, that's gonna do it for this movie. Unless JT, you have anything else to say?
No. Unless you guys gotta know anybody that has NZT, just shout out to the channel.
Let us know.
My contact information is this, and that.
Yeah.
But Max, it is technically your pick next, but I believe you've lined up a guest for to join us.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have my boy Alan on here, and you guys are gonna get the chance to meet him. He's the guy that I always talk about when I say, "Oh, me and my friend went to go see." That's Alan. Like that's
okay.
And
do you guys hold hands when you guys go on the train?
Yeah, you jealous, bro?
A little bit.
You wish I held your hand.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, I tried to reach for this hand right now, and he like pulled away.
Yeah, because I'm
last
afraid.
time I go
he's
for
a
that.
tease. He's a tease.
Yeah, bro. all these fucking boys you have, and what's up, bro? I'm right here.
I play hard to get.
Fucking whatever.
But
I've been there, done that. Anyways, so he's making the pick, and this is a movie that he's been trying to get me to watch for years.
Yeah, blame him.
And
what's that?
I'm not blaming nobody, bro. And it's Coherence.
Coherence?
Coherence.
What was that again?
2013, Coherence. It's like a sci-fi thriller.
No, I've never seen that. I don't know what that is.
I feel like if anyone would have seen it, maybe you have.
No.
Seen it, but yeah.
Has anyone here seen this?
I've never even heard of it.
Oh,
and
wow.
He's been swearing up and down on this movie. He's like, yo, you got to see this. I'm like, yeah. We always recommend shit to each other that, like, neither of us ever end up seeing. But, like, we do eventually.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, and not 89 minutes. So,
okay.
which is perfect for a week away.
I'm looking forward to it then. Yeah, I've never even heard of this before. Nice.
Check us on the next episode.
There you go. So, Alan, your guest there will be on the next episode. That'll be episode, what are we at here? 68. All right. Wow.
Feel free not to come.
Who's after Max?
What?
Who's next after Max?
Nico. Nico De Silva.
No, it's you, Julie, actually.
Episode 69? Fuck yeah.
You're the first person of the cycle.
Am I?
Yeah, it's you, Julie, Jay,
I'll have to check back the records on that because I think it's because I'm confused.
Either way, a win.
We swapped.
Either way, it's 69.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
You're right. Yes.
Nico gets to be 69. He's gonna go tell the girlfriend, "Yeah, I'm gonna be 69."
There you go. Okay. So look forward to that. Make sure to like and subscribe, everyone. And also, I'm gonna plug this right now. Make sure to check out our movie draft episode that will be posted a week after this one goes out. We are going to be drafting movies for the year of 2008. This is going to be a lot of fun. Make sure to check out this video. I'm really excited for that. So make sure to check that out, guys. Let us know what you thought of that when that does get posted. Otherwise, Coherence is our next pick with Alan, our guest on the next episode. Make sure to tune in for that. Like and subscribe. Thank you, guys. And we'll see you then. Later, everyone.
Love you.